What is up, guys? My name is Kip, and today we are jumping into Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition, Episode 7. So let's jump into it, shall we? Okay, so we were going after, now, Quelaag. But first, I think I have enough to level up. I do. Let's throw this one into Vitality. I want Vitality at 20 and Endurance at 20, bare minimum. Yeah, alright, anyway, so we are heading over to Blighttown. Now, I'm going to have to split up Blighttown into probably 2 or 3 episodes because it is a really long area. Like, there's a lot of, Give me 2 seconds. Fucker, how'd you hit me twice? What? Okay. There's a lot of shinies everywhere. There's a lot of up and down. There's a lot of fighting to where you need to get to. Oh my god, that hit me again twice, dude. I'm about done with that. That's a waste of an Estus. Anyways, first we are going to need to book it back to Firelink. Oh, that's why. I'm dual wielding this bitch. Not dual wielding, two-handing. Alright. So I have 2 directions I can go. One is go straight down here and then through the tunnel, but I'll just head up to Undead Parish and take the lift down to Firelink. Because I need to hit Firelink in order to get the bonfire, or if I don't, and I head into Blighttown, Lautrec will take over the Firekeeper. And it's not a if thing, he's going to, no matter what. So I would prefer to go and rest at the bonfire so that I don't lose the bonfire, lose the ability to rest at it. So I have to go and rest at the bonfire right now, or I will completely lose it. Alright, so we're going to head up here. Sorry, I was looking at my phone. Distracted walking. Okay, so... Oh, I'm sorry. I completely just skipped that dialogue. I apologize. Anyways, yes, I'll give him the Divine Ember.
You've made a fine decision. You soon shall see.
Alright, so we need large Titanite shards now.
I'll be seeing you there. Be careful out there.
What I'll also do is...
Well, hello again.
No, I don't need that. I'm fine. I was gonna say I could probably pick up some bolts to try to save our life in a couple of minutes, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll fight our way through it. I'm thinking more about the toxin guys, and then below them there's these fire-breathing dogs. It's a tough spot. They throw a lot at you in a very specific way. But yeah, have I ever told you guys how? I mean, I guess you're not really going to answer, but how have I ever told you guys how I ended up getting into Dark Souls? Because anyone who isn't able to, finish the game, I believe they need to go through the same kind of transformation. And this is how it's happened with a lot of people. I was never able to beat Dark Souls for a while. Basically, what I had done is, like, when I had gotten to Firelink, I'm thinking, oh, okay, the game's not that hard. I beat the first boss and everything. But then I went down to, well, first of all, I went to skeletons, and I just got wrecked. I'm going, okay, so there's a pretty big jump in difficulty. And then from there, I ended up going down to the ruins of New Londo, getting owned by ghosts, which I couldn't even hit. Again, I'm thinking, what is going on here? I can't figure this out. Why am I being, owned so badly? I never ended up seeing the pathway up to the Undead Burg. And I think a lot of people have that. Not necessarily not seeing the pathway, but the difficulty of the game seriously showing itself at the beginning. Now with me, I ended up saying, you know what, fuck it. I'm done. I can't figure this shit out. This is stupid. And I quit. And I think this is what happens with most people. They end up quitting and giving up. And that's, for me, when Bloodborne ended up coming around. my buddy ended up saying, dude, just get Bloodborne, trust me. Yeah, let's just go through this dialogue really quick.
Oh, hello. I'm considering a change of location. I have a rather pressing matter to attend to up above. That keeper has served me well, but enough with her.
Yeah, that's very subtle there, Lautrec. Very subtle, buddy. So, this will be the last point that we will see the Spirekeeper, and, of course, the next fucking shard comes in Blighttown. So, that's fun. Okay. Anyway, so, my buddy said, dude, just get Bloodborne, it's gonna be awesome. We'll go through it. We'll get it done, don't worry. And I said, alright, cool, fine, let's do it. Ended up getting Bloodborne, got up to your first lamp, and there's this area with this really large group of people. They're all around a big, not bonfire, but well, actually it is a bonfire. And there's probably like 12 to 15 of them. And getting just to the bonfire is difficult enough. You have to go through like 5 guys that are guarding the bonfire, just patrolling. Anyone who's played Bloodborne knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I couldn't figure it out. It wasn't until my buddy came along and joined my game and showed me a little something that I had no idea about. Never did I know that the Souls or, Bloodborne, Souls games or Bloodborne have shortcuts. I never knew that. So it never made sense to me how you were supposed to get to a boss after fighting that many guys, have potions left, have everything left, and survive. But basically, I ended up first of all having to get through that first big group of guys to get to the shortcut. So he made me, he kind of showed me what are we doing here, right? So what he did was he had me look at it like a pie. That's the way I had to look at it. Like, that group of enemies was a pie. Now, how are you going to look at that pie? How are you going to eat that pie, but not eat it all at once? And so I started to look at the game a little bit differently. And I thought, okay, well, how do we do that? How do we take a few of these enemies, fight them, kill them, and roll on to the next group of enemies? To the next, piece of the pie. So you're slowly taking out pieces of the pie until there's no pie left. You can't eat the pie all at once or you'll be swarmed, right? You'll be swarmed by everybody. You can't attack that many guys at once. But if you take it piece by piece, slowly making your way through, you will eventually make your way through that pie. And so that's what I had done. And we got through that first really big group. And I said, okay, that's awesome. And that's when he went and showed me the shortcut on the left side of the lamp rather than the right side. And it was at that moment that the game clicked for me. I went, oh, that makes sense. I fucking understand now. You have to go through each group of enemy, see what weaknesses do they have, what strengths do they have, avoid the strengths, go for the weaknesses until you reach the next group of enemies. And you just continue to do that until you either reach a bonfire or a shortcut, a lamp or a shortcut. And from there, I ended up going all the way up. I soloed the entire game. The only one that I did not solo was Father Gascoigne, and that was because I went through him with my buddy. He wanted to show me, what am I doing for bosses wrong, right? So he went through Father Gascoigne, showed me that there was a boss item that you could use to make him a little bit easier. All of it started to click, and made it all the way up to Gehrman, and it was Gehrman that I could not kill. To this day, I have not killed Gehrman. Not for lack of trying. Well, I mean, in theory, yes, for lack of trying, but I ended up getting to a point where I just stopped Bloodborne, and I'm like, you know what, I want to do Dark Souls. So I went back, and this game, at that point, clicked. I understood. Are you... Okay, dude. This is not fucking American Idol. Come on. My God. Alright. So Dark Souls had finally clicked. Like, the entire just Soulsborne series had clicked. It's like, you know what? I get it now. This makes sense. You know, slowly taking the piece of the pie. Oh, this isn't good. Yeah, I knew that would hit me. Okay. Yeah, so the game had finally made sense. I understood it, and now it was time to go through Dark Souls, which I did. First time through Dark Souls, I used summons, except for... I almost died there just because I didn't realize he was still up. I had used summons for a few of the bosses. ONS I used the Solaire for. The... You know, I'd used summons throughout the game. NPC summons. Just to go through them. Made sense. And I'm like, okay. And so then I did 2, went through all of 2 using summons, went through all of 3 using summons. Before I had gone through 3, however, I had finished 1 without summons. Dark Souls 3 has a completely different atmosphere than Dark Souls 1 when it comes to combat. The combat in 3 is very Bloodborne-esque, where you should be using dodging more than you're using block. It's almost like poise is completely different in Dark Souls 3. Whereas Dark Souls 1, you know, you're waiting for a hit, you're defending it, and then you're making your attack. Holy fuck, Kip. Let's watch your health, buddy. Holy wow, I almost just randomly died because I wasn't paying attention. So yeah. Anyways, so the entire combat system is different between the 2 games. Not entirely. Like, yes, you have your shield and everything and it reduces your damage, but it's almost like poise is completely different. But that is the way that the games actually become more fun, if that makes sense. Oh, I'm fucked. I'm gonna get toxic. I'm so toxic. Yep. I'm locking on to everything and fucking... Good God. Alright, this spot I'm not gonna... Oh dear God, are you guys done now? Okay. What can I smoke him with? Oh, wrong way. Give me that. Give me these. What are you... Okay, guess we're going around the long way. Because this guy decides, let's get it so it's basically impossible for Kip to fucking shoot me. I hate toxin so much. I don't have my fucking musk clump on me. That's great. Okay, this guy now. Alright, so we got a musk clump from that one for sure. Where is it? There we go. And we are completely out of Estus now. That's fucking great. Okay. Use this, and let's try fucking doing this then. One dog down there. Switch to this, and do a plunging attack. Oh, there's 2! Could have sworn I only saw 1, but okay. That deals with 2 issues. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh, oh fuck. Ran out of bullets on the last shot. Okay, now we can head down here and grab that. I've got to be extremely careful. We're gonna have to hot gates this bitch just to survive. So we gotta pull one out at a time. Sorry. Anyways, back to my story. Yeah, so I'd gone through them all, used summons. This is the only game that I have gone through completely without using summons. Next up, I want to do Dark Souls 2, and then Dark Souls 3, and then depending on me, I guess, we'll maybe do Bloodborne as well. But I know that 2 and 3 are going to take me some time, because I've never gone through them without summons. So, Dark Souls 2 and 3, that one will be more of the, kinda... Uh-oh. That one will be a little bit different. I think I've gone up to, like, Rat King, maybe, without using summons. But I'm nowhere near as comfortable with those bosses as I am in Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 1... There's basically 4 major bosses that I have. Well, I shouldn't say 4. There's more than 4. But there's 4 that are kind of really Kip unfriendly. Number 1, actually, we're going to take this in reverse order. So, 4 would have to be Manus. Okay? The only time I've ever gone and killed Manus, it was too easy, and I feel like I got lucky. So I'm afraid that Manus is going to be an issue for me. Yeah, with Manus, it was basically the last time I played Dark Souls. I'd gone through, fucked him up. First, like, gone through, I'd attacked Artorias, did that fight probably about 50 to 60 times before I finally beat it. That was my first time ever beating Artorias solo. And, then I had just gone through the rest of the DLC and walked right through Manus. First time. First fucking time. I fought Manus and I went right through him. And I feel like I just got lucky. So I'm worried that Manus is going to be an issue because I know that he is rated, you know, the worst, most toughest fucking Dark Souls boss. Meanwhile, I stretched through him the first time, but Artorias, you know, took me a lot longer than that. So there's Manus, which I'm worried about. 2 seconds. Had to deal with him. So, yes, there's Manus that I'm worried about. And then from him, we have... There's a boss that I dislike. It's not impossible, it's just I dislike him. And that is Nito. Nito is just more of an annoyance to me. I hate the catacombs with a passion. So getting to Nito is incredibly fucking annoying. So there's that one. Nito is just kind of a bitch to me. But then we have the 2 easily most difficult bosses, in my opinion. Ornstein and Smo. And, of course, Artorias. And then Gwyn. Gwyn should actually be in 3rd place. Then ONS, and then Artorias. Artorias last time took me, yeah, probably about 50 to 60 tries before I got even close to beating him. I remember when I finally beat him, just how happy I was, man. Like, that's one of the kind of special things about Dark Souls is when you finally get it and you finally beat it, it's one of, like, the best feelings in the world. Alright, so there's one guy here. This isn't good. I'm gonna die. Yep. Ah! Where the hell did he... Okay. Anyways, going through these guys, they are, it's a really good feeling. As you can see, that bonfire's gone now. Yeah, Artorias is easily my fucking nightmare. I I have purposely pushed him long enough to where, like, in my schedule of bosses, to where it's like I'm trying to leave him to like third last, basically. I'll go and get all my fucking Lord Souls and everything. I'll get my Soul Vessel. He will be the last motherfucker. Possibly, like, I've left him as long as I possibly could. So it's basically gonna go like the 3 worst bosses. It's going to go it's gonna go Artorias, then it's gonna go Manus, and then it's gonna go Gwyn. So yeah, the last 3 episodes are going to be that. Nothing but 3 incredibly difficult boss fights, which I'll most likely have to actually edit those episodes down because, you know, you guys don't want to see me just go in, die, come back, go in, die. And the fucking Artorias run is one of the worst boss runs in the game. You know, you have to go in from fucking Mushroomville, run across the bridge, take out some gardeners, go all the way around, go down a lift, go past the Mysterious Jack is his name, something like that, and then into the boss fight room. And it's just a bitch. And not only that, but if you're in you know, human, you know, you've used humanity, then you have a chance of being invaded as well, which is even worse, especially when you've made it to the boss room with full health and some motherfucker's like, you know what? No, we're gonna invade you. Oh, I'm so sick of this yelling bullshit from you. Alright. So, yeah. Anyways, moral of the story is you need to get it. You need to fucking... It needs to just click. Once it's clicked, you will enjoy Dark Souls. But it needs to... You need to have that moment of clarity to understand what Dark Souls is, how to beat it, and then when you're finally starting to get into it, everything starts to make sense from there, and you're able to actually play the fucking game. But yes, Bloodborne was my first real Souls experience, and then Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, etc, etc, etc. Anyways, so yeah, moral of the story is just you just have to get it. And the reason that I talk about this is because I received a comment saying, you know, hey, I was never actually, you know, good enough to play it. I don't remember exactly what the comment said, but you know, hey, I've never really been able to get through it, kind of thing. And that comment was, of course, from one Mr. Albertus. So what I will do is, at the end of the game, we are going to devote this game, this win, to you. So that you can actually go through all of Dark Souls with me, try to understand it, and maybe, at the end of the day, you will be not good enough, but confident enough to try it out yourself. And trust me, once you go through Dark Souls, once it clicks, man, you got it. You're golden. Alright. I need to make it down to that bonfire. I'm just gonna rush it. I think those souls are a lost cause down there unless I randomly run into them. Where are they? Right down there. They are on the other side of the lift. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try for them. Ugh. Okay, let's not fuck this up. Can't see. I can't. Ah! Fuck you! Oh, what the fuck? I've never seen him jump before. Well, that was a mistake by me. Oh, nope. Next one. This one. Oh, alright. But yeah, when you're playing through a game blind, that in my opinion that's the best way to go through Dark Souls is blind. You feel so much better when you kind of uncover these things that help you. So, you know, bonfires for example. Finding this bonfire that I'm about to hit down here was one of the biggest fucking reliefs of my life. This one, and where's another one that was really, really helpful? The only other one I can really think of is the one before you go up and... You remember where we killed that Black Knight? Not the one on the cave, but the one in the Undead Burg, where you kick down the ladder. That bonfire, that one was another big one, because that one was the first bonfire that showed not only can the bonfire be used to, you know, give you a checkpoint at a certain place, but it can also be used as a really easy shortcut. So a bonfire can actually be used twice, and I never really encountered that. Even in Bloodborne, you don't really encounter any lamps being able to be used twice for the same thing. But so that was the first time I was actually able to notice that. Now, I want to do one thing before I cut this episode, and in the next episode we'll go through and go up the other side, try to get all these shinies and shit. But there's one thing that I want to do, and that is pop 2 humanity. So that we can, first of all, kindle this bonfire. Whoops. And summon Man-Eater Mildred. But yes, I really want this bonfire kindled if we are going up both sides. Next episode, that's what I'll kind of devote that episode to, is going up both of the sides, and then if I have time, I will go through and take out Quelaag. Okay, now, to summon Man-Eater, we just need to run up here. I thought. Maybe not. Okay, well, we'll get this anyways. I might need to step outside first. Dragon Scale. I believe that's for upgrading weapons like the Drake Sword, which I refuse to use, by the way. That is such an overpowered weapon. I would like to get her without pulling these two over here. Alright, is my bonfire locked? Nope. Come on, Man-Eater, where are ya? There she is. I don't like this fucking bug flying around. Trying to do it without getting poisoned. Make it a lot easier. Whoops. Oh, that really should have been a backstab. Alright, what's your deal, mate? Come on now. What are you doing? Come back here. Alright, so there's Man-Eater Mildred down. super easy and gives you quite a few souls, I believe. Yeah. Come on, go away, dialogue. Thank you. Humanity, butcher's knife. And of course, 10k souls. Which is an easy level up. Let's go into vitality again. There we go. Alrighty guys, so in the next one, I will head up on both sides, make sure I get all the little shinies and goodies, and then after that, we will be heading in and taking out Quelaag, as well as Ceaseless Discharge. I will try to do them, both of them on the same episode. Ceaseless should be super easy as long as I don't get stuck in the glitch. The glitch, of course, well, I'm not even going to worry about it if it doesn't happen. Anyways, guys, I do hope that you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night, wherever you hail from. And Albertus, like I said, buddy, this run is now devoted to you. I will catch you all in the next one. My name is Kip. Peace.